Hi, it's Morgan, and I'm live from Morgan's drag show at Birgit Bier. Thanks for coming. How did you like the show? This is one of your first drag experiences, right?
I absolutely loved it. Yeah.
How did you like the show?
It was scintillating. Yeah, it was also, I love that there was live singing as well by two of the performers, right? And you don't see that a lot in drag, I don't know.
It's true, not so often. Yeah, most people lip sync. I mean, not me, as you know. I forgot your names already.
Kelsey?
Hunter.
And Hunter. Kelsey and Hunter. And they have a burning question they want to ask me. What is it?
Where are you from?
Because we had a bet.
Okay.
Because we had a bet.
So tell me about the bet.
So it's only for 10 euros. It wasn't too crazy. But
I bet her 10 euros that you were not American. That you were German.
That you were German. Because I originally heard you and thought you were from the U.S. But I definitely know you're not from the U.S. anymore.
Yeah, but I still think you're German.
I still don't understand your bet, though.
It was $10. If you were American, then she gets $10 from me. If you're German, she gives me $10.
No.
What if I'm neither?
If you're neither, now I think you're British.
No, I think you're Australian.
But what happens in the bet if I'm neither? Like,
It's a break.
do I get 10 euros?
$10.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, we'll give you.
Oh, okay.
You can't fucking lie. I want to see your passport.
I have receipts. These people know.
Okay.
Do you want to hear me speak German?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Hallo, ich heiße Morgan. Ich komme. I'm just really good at
Got a
German.
little too
Okay.
excited, a little too early.
So I'm not German
Fuck. Okay.
and I'm not American.
Should
we make a new bet?
Yeah, what's your guess now?
Our new bet. You go first. Is this your natural hair color?
Uh-huh.
I think.
I think that you're either Australian or from New Zealand.
I think you're from South England.
Okay, is this a new bet?
Final. South England, 10 euro, 10 bucks.
Yeah.
How do I get the money?
You get the money if neither
I
of us
think
are
we
right.
are. I mean, I think we already lost
yeah.
money. I think that we already have to.
If she says Australia, I say the south of England.
But you originally said Germany, and I was
originally
not.
said Germany.
Okay.
I think we already owe you the money.
Because a lot of
That's where we're
Germans
at.
speak with a British accent.
I mean, you're taking up this much time. I think you owe me the money for that reason at least.
Of
But
course.
am I Australian? No. I'm from London.
God damn it!
Ich bin ein
cheated.
Anwalt, so I did say that I would give you 10 euros.
Oh, hey.
And both of us were wrong the first time. So
Thank you, Hunter. Thank you,
Kelsey.
Kelsey.
Yeah, no,
thank you for
no
the
problem.
show. That fucking rocked.
You're welcome.
We did not come specifically for this, and it was a very pleasant surprise.
Oh, great. What are your names?
Fede.
Betty.
Bartek.
Zuza.
Thanks so much for coming to the show. What did you think about the show?
Fantastic. Yeah, it was so much fun.
You are a
and then we
fierce
went
girl.
with friends.
You're really fierce.
What was your favorite part or favorite thing that happened?
You, of course. Yeah, I was about to like,
Stop
Correct answer. Very good, very good. You've passed the test.
it! Actually, it was really authentic for me. Like, you know, the getting closer in contact with a drag queen is always very encouraging, yeah.
And the question about the shade, and you've been open about you not being that shady personally. That was very honest and authentic, and I think people come for that. It's fantastic. I was really charmed by that.
Are you
PR, if you not know.
are you reading me? It feels like a read. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. So, Fede, you're also a drag queen, right?
Yeah, I am.
And you just moved to Berlin very recently?
Exactly. I moved to Berlin 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. 2 months ago. And yeah, I'm here and I'm eager to perform. And hopefully I will perform with you, Morgan, which I'm very pleased about. And I mean, the show was amazing. So
Thank you. Was this the first drag show you saw since you moved to Berlin?
since I moved here, yes, because I mean, I went to a few venues, but I'm always late. So they were like, no, there are no more places. But yeah, this was my first drag show that I saw.
What's your favorite thing to watch when another drag queen does? Like, what really makes you scream for another drag performer?
Or, oh my God. For example, tonight I really enjoyed Alexa Spread because, you know, like the song that she sang. I love live performers a lot. I really love live performers, and I mean, she was everything.
Yeah.
She was everything. Yeah.
So I'm here after the show with Dornica. Thanks so much for being in the show tonight. How did it feel to perform?
Having me.
Totally.
It felt very wonderful and very exciting, but also I was a bit nervous, but also very excited because it was the first time kind of performing live this song and like since a long time in front of an audience.
Right, it was your first time since like last summer performing, I guess, and the first time performing this song, no?
I guess, yeah, for this song it was the first time, and doing like a live singing performance, it's been a while, basically.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. It's such like a lovely, intimate, outdoor place. Like, it's such a lovely and weird venue. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, I've always wanted to bring drag to places that wouldn't normally have drag shows.
Yeah.
So like, because people always think of drag as being something that only happens like in clubs at nighttime.
In the queer little bar, like that only queer people go to.
Exactly. Yeah, I love trapping straight people in the show who are not expecting to see this.
It was so funny. We were like, me and my boyfriend was sitting there, and we saw one person and was looking very like, like really pissed off or didn't want to be there.
Oh.
But then apparently, when we went up there, he said that he was the first one to run and like take lots of photos and was super excited. So I guess we misread that whole situation.
Or we turned him.
Yeah, I think by the end of it, he was like, okay, I'm in love with drag.
Yeah. How could you not be? I mean, look at the material.
And can I ask you some questions now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Interview the interview.
Please.
When did you first want to do drag?
Wow. Okay. When I was 13 years old, I saw the film Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Do you know it? It's an Australian film about 3 drag queens who travel across Australia in a school bus. And I saw that film and I was like, oh my God, I want to be a drag queen when I grow up. And then the next year for my birthday, I asked to have like a costume party, specifically so that I could dress up in drag, like my version of it. But I was like 13 and not really comfortable in my own body, so it was a bit uncomfortable, to be honest. So I put that away in the closet for 20 years because of like internalized homophobia, you know. And then I moved to Berlin and started going to drag shows and realized, oh, this is something I want to do. And here we are.
And do you think that it's like, if you were to draw yourself at 13, would this be what you were imagining?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. Oh. I don't know. I don't think I had the imagination for this, actually. But I'm really happy with what I turned into. Yeah, I think 13-year-old me would be really proud, yeah. To be honest, that's a big part of why I do drag. Actually, it's very healing for me, for like owning this internalized homophobia and, yeah, being kind and being able to express things that little child wasn't able to.
I get you. I was also, for one of my friend's birthday parties, actually, we were in 5th grade, and I was so excited. We were gonna do like a hip hop number, and 5th grade or first, like 6th grade or something. And I was like so obsessed with the idea to wear boys' clothes and like come out and like perform or something. But I only had my grandpa's big ass clothes. And I brought them and she was like laughing. And she was like, no, we're not gonna do this on my birthday. And I was like, well, that's the only boys' clothes I had.
So is that where Persian Daddy comes from?
I mean, part of it, like I always like was obsessed with like, I don't know, skater boy, douchey skater boy aesthetics and wanting to kind of, I don't know if you like them when you're in 1st grade or you want to be them, you can't tell. You want to be in them or you want to be them, basically. But so I think from early on I was kind of like curious about that and would draw like, I don't know, different things, and I called myself like the Vampire King and like,
cool.
I don't know, I was like kind of obsessed with it. But I think one big part of it that is kind of not visible here is that I grew up in Iran where it's like very gender segregated. So if you're a woman, you wear this. If you're a man, you wear this. And like women don't have that much freedom. They get told what to wear and like what they're worth, what they can do, what they can't do, what spaces and what they can access, basically.
Yeah.
Kind of like public property or like private property somehow. And I remember once, like, I was wanted to shave my head when I was about, I think, 19 or 18 or something, and I like heard from a friend that like his friend was doing this where she would just go to the barber shop, like 15, 16-year-old girl, go to the barber shop, like to the boys' barber shop, and just ask to have her head shaved and just pass as a boy. And I was like, wow, that's so interesting. I could maybe experience a bit of that freedom through drag. So I had other like concept of like what masculinity would be for me and how I want to kind of occupy it.
Yeah.
So then when I came here, like after the first year, I was like, it came pretty naturally somehow. So.
But you also do a lot of performance that's very feminine too, right?
Yeah.
So I really, how does it feel to like switch between those, or is it for you more like there's always a part of one in both of them?
I think definitely. Like for me, I think all of it is kind of appreciation for gender and like fierce energy in whichever like form it is. And like for me, I consider myself quite gender fluid. I don't like to put this label, but I think it makes sense because it's kind of like at some points I've felt a lot like being more masculine, and like maybe now I feel more like being feminine.
Yeah.
But when I do, I don't see them so much as different.
Okay.
I think society positions them as different, but they're not that different in my opinion.
Totally.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for being for doing this with me and for being in the show. It was really great to work with you finally and meet you.
Yes, same here. Finally.
Aura.
Okay, so was this your first time performing in a drag show of any kind?
No, it was not, but it was the first time after the pandemic.
Okay.
And very excited, yes.
Yeah. So what kind of performances had you done before?
Well, my main thing is that I see myself as a gender fucking performer, not as a drag queen.
Yeah.
Because my thing is not to have the illusion of a hyper feminine persona, but to play with gender roles and just be the bigger version of me. Mm-hmm. That is what I plan to do. Yes.
Totally, I love that. That's a really great answer. That I think so many people fall so easily into the trap of like I have to be like a drag queen or a drag king, and there's nothing else. But like, it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, I like to sing, I like to dance, I like to do theater, I like to do stand-up comedy, and I always was facing this question: how do you want to do that? You know, if you're singing, it's kind of weird if you do something completely different because everybody thinks of you as a singer, you know. And with this figure that I have created, Aura Gender Fark, I am able to do everything what I like, and nobody's even asking questions.
Yeah.
It totally makes sense, and that's really what it's all about for me. Not to portray something or be something different, but be a bigger version of myself, and just do everything what I like to do very unapologetically.
I love that. Amazing. What do you think is like an important thing for people to know who don't know anything about drag, or the only thing they know about drag is RuPaul's Drag Race? What's like the number one thing that you think that they, or not just drag actually, but like performance art in general that might include drag? What is something that's like essential to know if you don't already?
I think what I learned is that you really stand out when you're not checking every box, but that is the illusion that you get often when you watch, for example, shows like RuPaul's Drag Race. You kind of have the feeling, oh, I am a drag queen just when I tick this box, this box, this box, and this box. And then I often have the experience that it doesn't leave so much space for difference, you know. Then really everybody is doing kind of the same, which is totally okay by me. Everybody should do what they like. But for me, the secret really is to find your own thing, and maybe something that is not even on the list, you know. And That's what I can just say to others. Just find your thing. Don't think you have to be a certain way to be right, because there are so many different ways. I don't consider myself doing the RuPaul's Drag Race kind of drag, but yeah, I'm still happy, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Oh my, well done. Well said. Amazing. Thank you.